Mahmoud Ali Youssouf from Djibouti, President, and Selma Haddadi, Selma Malika Haddadi from Algeria, Deputy Chairperson of the African Union Commission. In my mother tongue, سلامي في اللون. تحياتي لكم in Arabic, and my cold greetings from Canada in English. In my motherland, Algeria, there are hundreds of political detainees. Among them, one is a poet. His name is Mohammed Tajadid, who is now on a hunger strike in jail. He is the iconic and emblematic representative of all the Africans who are fighting for the respect of the human dignity and rights, freedom and democracy in all the African countries ruled under dictatorship and kakistocracy regimes. Since the African Union has the African Court on Human and People's Rights Commission, why are you silent on these mass violations such as torture, unfair trials, and criminal prosecutions? Here it is. African Court and African Court on Human and People's Rights. Why are you silent on this on the political detainees in Algeria, in Mali, and Tunisia, and Senegal, and other countries? Till now, the nation I belong is peaceful. And I wish that the same behavior and demeanor will be observed by all the numerous oppressed Africans. Being peaceful means to look for all the smart and efficient ways to chase and remove all the dictatorship regimes. Those are murdering children, women, men, destroying the whole African biodiversity, selling out their natural resources, wealth and natural resources soaked up by the blood of African childs. Mahmoud Ali Youssouf and Selma Malika Haddadi, you are the visible officials who are approving all these havocs, all these atrocities. Shame on you. Nowadays, the African peoples are aware, or have to be so, that the Algerian nation is in duty to save again Africa from assassinations, famines, starving, and predation. The Algerian nation duty is to make freedom, human rights, and democracy religions, besides those of their faith over all Africa. In Algeria, there is a place called Place Addis Abeba, and there are other places, boulevards, named after worldwide heroes as Patrice Lumumba, Che Guevara. Are there places named after the universal Algerian patriots and heroes as Mohamed Haroun, Lounas Matoub, Ramadan Abban, Hussein Ahmed, Mohamed Boudiaf, Larbi Ben Mehdi, Emir Abdelkader, and the Moroccan Mehdi Ben Barka? Shame on all the African dictators. For me, as a human being, the biggest disaster in Africa is the loss of the love feeling, the loss of loving peacefully our partners and relatives, the loss of the property rights, and according to Hussein Ahmed mantra, the right to have rights. On your official, crappy, and shitty website, I have looked for some more detailed and relevant information, such as the financial statements of the African Union as a whole and the African Commission. It was in vain. Even if such departments exist in your chart. Here is the chart of your commission. Financial Control Unit. Where is it? What is it doing? I will come back on this bribery and corruption side. Women and Gender and Youth. Peace Fund Secretariat. Mahmoud Ali Youssouf. You served as the foreign affairs minister of Djibouti from 2005 to 2024. And Djibouti has the same president since 1999. Your deputy chairperson has no career as yours. She is native to Algeria, ruled by a military dictatorship. If your election was easy peasy, that of the Algerian was the result of a huge fight against the Moroccan candidate. Let's come now to more basic and easy issues and concerns to be understood by all the Africans who master English. These last days, Madagascar was in trouble, followed by the eviction of the president. Immediately, the megalomaniac and highly smart president of France, Emmanuel Macron, got ahead and jumped the gun to protect allegedly, the institutional order in that country. In Côte d'Ivoire and Cameroon, presidential elections were held. One president, Paul Biya, 92 years old, was re-elected for the 8th term. The other, Alassane Ouattara, is re-elected for a 4th term. Are these institutional orders the same, identical, according to the opinion of the French President Emmanuel Macron? You two, President and the chair and the deputy chairperson, can whisper the answer, but fearing Emmanuel Macron, you will never speak it out loud. In October, the last day of October, under the commandment, I repeat it, under the commandment of Donald Trump, President of the USA, Western Sahara must be expelled as a member of the African Union. Must be. Who will do it? Who is the President of the General Assembly of the African Union? According to the commandment, under the commandment of the United States President and the resolution of the Security Council of the United Nations. Now, Western Sahara must be expelled from the African Union. Will you take her? Will you call for an extraordinary General Assembly of the African Union? Who is its president? Let's go now. I don't want to be more talkative. I will use some statistics to be brief, to be clear, to show you and to show to all the persons who are interested by such data that Africa will continue not in fighting, in suffering in this disaster, your disaster. Here are some international statistics. I will try, I will do my best to make it bigger. The statistics are from the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, OECD, Transparency International, the UNDP, United Nations Development Program, and some others. A quick look. The rule of law in Africa. The best is that one of Seychelles. For all the others, except Botswana, their score is under 0.5. Is under 0.5. Algeria is 0.49. On Djibouti, it has no score. Tunisia, Tunisia 0.49. Senegal 0.56. Okay. The HDI, the Human Development Index, for Algeria it is supposed to be high, 0.763. But it's ranked 96. Angola is 0.616 and it's ranked 146. Djibouti is ranked 176. Okay. Senegal. It's ranked on the Human Development Index 169. Okay. Come now to the corruption, bribery and corruption. Algeria and Angola are on the same level. 34 for Algeria, 32. The best country is Seychelles. Its score is 72. Why Seychelles? Because it's a tax haven. Djibouti, its score is 45. Zimbabwe, 21, its score. The highest score is 100. The lowest score is 0, of course, if it exists. Now, the indebtedness of the African country, some of African countries. Djibouti, the ratio debt over GDP is 95.30. Algeria, 3.41. Angola, 76.53%. Senegal, 140.51. Senegal is in big trouble. Senegal is going forward to a collapse. Okay? Rwanda, 91.07. The highest GDP per capita is that one of Botswana, over $7,000. The Algerian one, $4,500 approximately. Seychelles, it's apart. It's a case, a special case. 14,952. Okay? Meanwhile, that one of Sudan, 781. Now, I am considering these statistics as relevant, precise, and concise. Okay? Do you have statistics in the African Union? Okay. Corruption. Algeria, the score of Algeria, the mark of Algeria is 34. The mark of Djibouti is 31. The mark of Senegal, 45. Zimbabwe is 21. South Sudan is 8. South Sudan is 8. Somalia is 9. Okay? I consider these statistics as precise, concise, and relevant. In the African Union, in the administration of the African Union, in the administration of the African Commission that you are leading, you and the Algerian representative, is there corruption? Or is the African Union and its commission very clear? Are the African Commission and the African Union as clean as Norway, as Finland? Mahmoud Ali Youssouf and Selma Malika Haddadi. If I am elected president of Algeria, I will freeze, without leaving the African Union, I will freeze the contribution, the financial contribution of the Algerian state for the African Union. I will freeze it. What is the lowest wage in the African Union? in the African Commission, what is the highest wage? Mr. Mahmoud Ali Youssouf and Selma Malika Haddadi, how much are you earning a month or a year? And in which currency are you, with which currency are you paid? Okay, I'm coming now. There are approximately 32 currencies in Africa. Algeria, it has dinar. You have the franc of Burundi, which is approximately the same as the franc CFA. You have also the shilling Ugandi from Uganda and the dollar of Zimbabwe, which is a version of the US dollar because the economy of Zimbabwe is dollarized. The value of the dollar of Zimbabwe is 3,266 for $1 US. For the shilling Uganda, they need 3,757.2625 for just $1 US. Meanwhile, the Seychelles Island, because it's a tax haven, its currency, we need 1452 units for $1 US. For the franc CFA, it's 606.3452 for $1 US. The Algerian one, 134.0532 dinars for just $1. It's the official exchange rate. It's the exchange rate used by the IMF, not the black one, the black market exchange rate. Okay? For the Algerian case, I will come back with more detailed information. Now, the rule of law and democracy, according to the rule of law index, and a little bit combined with the Human Development Index, and the rank, of course, obviously, the Corruption Index, and the military expenditures. It's easy to say that all Africa is under dictator regimes. It's the global. Now let's come. Let's come with France. Emmanuel Macron, Mahmoud Ali Youssouf, and Selma Malika Haddadi. I know that you are scared by Emmanuel Macron. I know that the African Union and its commission are under a full control of the European Union. I know that. Okay? I know that you are the visible faces of the crimes and genocide that are happening in Africa. Okay, for France, I consider under the domination of Emmanuel Macron, the megalomaniac and very smart president, is controlling at least the half of Africa. This domination is through the money, the currency, and the fact of colonization. The countries that are using the franc CFA are here. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 countries are using the franc CFA. And the total population of these 14 countries is 220 millions, 501 hundreds, and 8,084. 220.5 million peoples are under the control of Emmanuel Macron. With the agreement of their presidents, Emmanuel Macron is murdering 220 million people in Africa. Emmanuel Macron is killing with the complicity, with the approval of their president. Is killing. Emmanuel Macron is killing 220 million Africans. Okay. And he is controlling 151 billions of dollars in debt. 220 millions of people with 151 billions of debt are under the control of Emmanuel Macron. Now, if we look at the Human Development Index, their corruption and bribery scores, and the currency, the African Union, the Commission of the African Union consists of criminals. Okay? Now, in addition to these countries under the control of Emmanuel Macron through the currency and their presidents, we add three: Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, because I separated them. Algeria has its own currency. We are supposed to be independent, which is completely false. Emmanuel Macron is considering Algeria as less than a department in France, okay? Or maybe a big municipality, okay? If we add Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia to the first countries that I have listed, we have 691 billions of people, millions of people, 691 millions of people with GDP. I'm sorry. We have 317 millions of people with a GDP of 691 billions of dollars and a debt of 269 billions under the control of Emmanuel Macron. Okay? And you as president and vice president, deputy chairperson, you have just to say, yes, Mr. Macron, yes, Mr. Donald Trump, yes, Mr. Vladimir Putin, so, yes, Mr. Xi Jinping. But if Emmanuel Macron calls you, it will be a nightmare for you without seeing anything about the African suffering. Okay, let's go elsewhere now. Here is the chart of the Commission Africa. Deputy chairperson, the Algerian Selma Haddadi, Malika, and Mahmoud Ali Youssouf. Guess what? You have human resource management. What the hell with this human resources management? Operation support services. Okay, let's come here to the operation support services under the commandment of Donald Trump, the President of the United States. The United Nations enacted a resolution about the Western Sahara. Who will pay for the refugees in Algeria, the Sahrawi refugees in Algeria? Who will pay? And beside paying, who will move them to the Sahara? To the native land. Okay? One side. Now, let's come to the other side. What is African Union and its commission are doing for the problem between Algeria and Mali? Mali is exploding now. It will be partitioned at least in two, maybe more, 3 countries. what will be the fate of Algeria, of Niger, of Burkina, of Mauritania, of Senegal, will be the fate, okay? A war is in fire. It's a huge war in Libya between the East and the West, okay? A huge war in Sudan, South Sudan and Chad. For the Congo, it's known as the Third World War, okay? And you are silent, okay? Now, let's political affairs, peace and security. What are you doing? You are paid for nothing. You are paid for traveling in jumbo jet first class. Okay? Now, because of the war, Nigeria is in a war now. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger will explode. Because Emmanuel Macron wants this. Okay? Emmanuel Macron is in fight with Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping to define its parts in Africa. You are the bystanders of this havoc, this criminal process. Okay. Without apologizing, Mahmoud Ali Youssouf from Djibouti. Without apologizing, you can sue me if you want. You can sue me in Addis Ababa, in Algiers if you want, in Paris, in New York, you can sue me. And if you react to my speech, I will come back. Because there are other informations, and there is another way of analyzing the situation. Okay. Now I come back to give the proof. The whole GDP of Africa is 2,555,470,709,006. It's 2.6 trillions. That's it. The richest continent in the world, on the planet, produces 2.6 trillions. That's it. That's it. The market valuation The market valuation of Facebook is 1.5 trillions. Apple, 4 trillions. Google, 3.45 trillions. Microsoft, 5.3 trillions. Nvidia, 5 trillions. Okay? Barrick Gold, it's just 89 billions. Okay? This valuation, the valuation of Google is far above the GDP of Africa. Okay? Nvidia is more than the double of all the African GDPs. What does it mean? When you have Nvidia and Google and Microsoft valued at 13.7 trillions of dollars. It means they will destroy Africa to take all its natural resources. Okay? It means that they will take all the natural resources of the African people, of the African widows, of the African girls. That's what it's mean. I will repeat it again. The Algerian nation duty is to save the African people again. Okay. At the beginning, I have said in the beginning, I have said all these statistics are relevant, pertinent, precise, concise. Is it true? The statistics are used by the World Bank, the IMF, the United Nations, and other organizations, international organizations. Is it true? No, it isn't true. Why? Because they don't want Africa being performant in analyzing data, in gathering data, in being efficient in their accounting. Don't want. And for this, what they did, they are covering 3 international terrorist official organizations. 3 international organizations. Of course, African international organizations, but which are terrorist organizations. ECOWAS, okay, CEDEAO in France, West African Economic and Monetary Union, UMOA en français, and the Central African Monetary Economic Community, la CEMAC, Communauté économique monétaire de l'Afrique centrale. 3 official international terrorist organizations, 3 official African international organizations. Mahmoud Ali Youssouf and Selma Malika Haddadi. Are you backing this? Are you supporting ECOWAS? WAMO, the Central African Monetary and Economic Community. أيوة كده. Shame on you. Shame to all the African presidents, or those who are considering themselves as presidents. Shame on you, shame on all these presidents, the janitors of Emmanuel Macron. And they are scared by Donald Trump. Scared. Donald Trump hasn't time to waste with you. He has just to write one sentence on his social network, and you will be. But maybe Emmanuel Macron has to phone, has to go. I wish that he will go to Algeria. I wish. Mahmoud Ali Youssouf and Selma Malika Haddadi. You can follow the examples of the African heroes. Abban Ramadan, Ben Mehdi, Patrice Lumumba, Mahdi Ben Barka, Nelson Mandela, Walter Sisulu. You can follow. By losing your dignity, you are killing, you are participating in the mass murder in Africa. I have. I have to. Yeah, well. Mr. Mahmoud Ali Youssouf and Selma Malika Haddadi. I am looking forward to hearing from you. In this case, I will come back. I will answer to what you will say on your crappy and shitty website, maybe. But you can also ask some journalists to write papers against me. You can. You can do it. You can. Bullshit. You can use the bullshit of the newspapers. But I recommend you to avoid that. I will go all out for my motherland. I will go all out for my African brothers and sisters. Mahmoud Ali Youssouf and Selma Malika Haddadi. The North American citizens are supporting the Palestinian people, but the African people cannot do that, cannot do so. Why? Because they will be killed, they will be sent into jails, they will be tortured, they will be murdered. The Palestinian people need the solidarity of the Africans, the African peoples. They know how they suffer. And the African people will have in exchange the solidarity of the Palestinian people. The people and the refugees in Chad are needing our solidarity. The kids in South Africa are needing our solidarity. The kids in Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Congo-Kinshasa, they need our assistance. Indeed. Mahmoud Ali Youssouf and Selma Malika Haddadi, in addition to Mali, Niger, Burkina, which are collapsing, in addition to Libya, Sudan, South Sudan, Libya, Sudan, South Sudan, Chad, the following countries which will collapse are Senegal, and Benin, Cameroon, Liberia, Guinea-Bissau, all these countries will be collapsing. What will you do? Will you move to France or United States because you have the residence cards? Or maybe you have the citizenship of these countries. Shame on the presidents of the African presidents. Shame on you. Mahmoud Ali Youssouf and Malika Selma Malika Haddadi. Shame on you. Looking forward to hearing from you.